It's almost impossible to believe that the name of the city translates to a settlement in a swamp. Yeah, it might be a bit humid, but I can say that that's damp. It was Saint Garik who decided to settle in what was a swamp, or now Brussels, somewhere near here. He caught a dragon and built a church to glorify Michael the Archangel, his patron. Saint Michael became the patron saint of the new city. Michael the Archangel is depicted slaying the Black Devil on the European capital's coat of arms. Welcome to Brussels. My name is Zoya, and I only have one day in the city to feel its atmosphere. This is one of the most panoramic sights of the Belgian capital. The historical area is quite wide and flat. This used to be built quite densely until another king, because, after all, Belgium is still a kingdom, if you remember, decided to upgrade the old residential area a bit. And in the end, King Leopold demolished the housing for the Grand Trade event. The city dwellers cried for their buildings, ones constructed by their grandfathers and built to last. They didn't yet know that they wouldn't even live to be 30, dying of consumption and other diseases. Well, overall, King Leopold demolished everything and didn't ever really become friends with those guys. By the way, the Royal Palace is also nearby, and although the weather isn't as good as it could be, we should really head to check it out. On the list of Brussels' top attractions, it's in first place, no doubt. Believe me, you should really start your Brussels journey with this. Here we have one of the most popular places in the Belgium capital. There are so many museums and galleries that it's impossible to list them all. Surely I'm no art historian and I don't have the time to visit them all. But we have to go to visit at least one museum. Why don't we go for it? When you hear Belgium, current events comes to mind. The European Parliament, the European Union. Whether you hear Flemish or Flanders, you immediately think of art. You may recall Van Dyck Bruegel, another famous Flemish masters. Even in modern Belgium, knowing the Flemish arts of the Golden Age is like knowing the alphabet for a cultured person. This is the Museum of Old Masters. It's one of the Royal Museums of Fine Arts, and if you want to visit them all, it's probably best that you buy an all-inclusive pass. I'm only visiting this one, so the ticket will cost me $8. While the museum doesn't work on Mondays, nor national holidays, I have enough time to visit today since all other days the museum's open from 10 till 5. The museum was founded by Napoleon Bonaparte. And over here we have an exhibition for the classic Flemish art, the same art presented in mostly any decent museum. I'll head there first. Wow, I definitely don't know where to start. They have Kronick, Bosch, Van Dyck, and paintings I've memorized literally since my school days, but I only have one day. So I'm on a search for a very specific room, and only one painter, Peter Bruegel the Elder. Bruegel was born, raised, and passed away in this very city. He's surely one of the best artists that encapsulates the historic art spirit of this very city. Since there aren't any Bruegel pieces housed in any other museums, I can't miss them here. Why did I choose this very one, do you ask? It shows Brussels in the 16th century, a snapshot of time's everyday life. Bruegel's paintings are a real time machine. You could study them for hours. Look how much action is captured in a single frame. Here there's a pig slaughtered for the holidays. Over there, children are riding snow sleds. There's wine being transported somewhere. Some barrels, too. Bruegel depicted his surroundings and the neighboring townspeople. Among them, in a crowd of the ordinary people, there's a male carpenter and a pregnant woman riding a donkey. You've guessed it. It's a classic biblical scene with Saint Joseph and Mary, preparing for labor, and a setting typical for common folk of that time. It's brilliant, don't you think? The painting is called The Census of Bethlehem. When you get the chance, you have to get some time to come and see this painting here. But I must hurry and go, because I only have one day to discover Brussels for myself and, well, for you too. A local favorite means of transport in Brussels is the tram. Not surprising, seeing as it's one of the oldest and largest commute networks. Well, that's it. It's raining. I've got to go. Run. Plus, I'll definitely be more convenient to go by tram. By the way, the tram stops upon request here. You can raise your hand and they'll let you get off. I better hold on. We're getting off. The next stop on my agenda relates to art again, but not to the old kind, but to the newest kind. Here's the thing. Belgium is the known center of European fashion and design. If having the most up-to-date fashionable look matters to you, it's absolutely necessary to buy something designed and tailored by Belgian couturiers, the ones responsible for a real revolution in the fashion industry almost 20 years ago. Belgian fashion and design is actually a separate topic in and of itself. It's some kind of microcosm to me. There are lots of different schools of style and specializations. For example, the Belgian school is characterized by a light and romantic mood. Each designer has their own concept store. Today we're visiting the most famous hat designer, Elvis Pompilia. Elvis has made hats for both Madonna and Belgian royal court. There are simply no two hats that are the same in this portfolio. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
It's amazing here.
Thank you very much.
Elvis, what kind of hat will suit me the best?
I think it depends on the circumstances. For rain or for everyday?
Well, I'm thinking for everyday wear.
For everyday, great. I'll show you this hat.
Okay.
You can change its shape any way you like.
Okay.
You can wear it just like this, if you want to. But you can also quickly make it into something else.
It has a double.
Brims, yes.
Oh.
And you can change it. Do you know the writer Emily Nothomb? She has a similar hat. She's a Belgian writer. She only wears my hats.
I think I've just cracked the secret behind Belgian designers' popularity. Check it out. These wild colors, shapes, their practicality. Because of the weather in Belgium, lasting quality is always in fashion. Here's the real deal about these hats. You don't need to fuss over them. They'll protect you from any weather and always put you in a wonderful mood. The only thing you have to do is wear them. Choosing the perfect hat for me will be very hard because I'd have to spend, well, at least an hour or even two trying them on. And I'm really short on time, but I'll take all the advice I can get. I'll take note of everything. I've already stolen some little ideas for myself so that I can return and really indulge in the shopping. But for today, Elvis, thank you very much. I really like my hat.
Thank you, you're wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And this enchanting little hat sweater is a present from Elvis. Just look at it. Although I know you shouldn't ask about a gift's price, I had to know. $233. Now I can show it off to everyone that the English Queen and I have hats from the same hat maker. No matter how crazy that may sound. The historical center of Brussels is the shape of a pentagon jammed between boulevards. I've returned here to find one of the main landmarks of the city. What is it? That's right, the infamous urinating boy, Mannequin Piss, an important part of my plan in terms of properly exploring the Belgian capital. Well, it would have been cool to do some shopping on my way, but unfortunately, nearly all the shops are closed on Saturdays in Belgium. But the bonus about the weekend is shopping at the market. The Grand Sablon Antique Market only works on the weekends, and not for long. On Saturday it closes at 5 o'clock, but on Sundays it closes at 2 o'clock, and there's always a rush before closing. So, now in the morning is the best time to see one of the oldest and most well-known markets in Europe. The Grand Sablon Market is for the sophisticated public. Belgians themselves come here to search for antiques. Needless to say, the things sold here are beautiful. You can find something styled in Art Deco in seconds. And oddly enough, given the pricey standards in Belgium, the prices here are quite reasonable, honestly. Here. Look at this. My grandmother used to have a cup just like this, but the cup is long gone. Now I can buy this one as a memento. Could I please? Bonjour. I'd like to have this cup.
This one with roses. I'll pack it up properly for you.
Right in the center, as if it was waiting for me.
Please. Here you are. You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. This is the Grand Place, which is the very heart of the city. Mannequin Piss should be somewhere nearby, though I haven't seen him yet. As early as the 12th century, Brussels was a major transport hub, being at the crossroads of Europe's main trade routes between Bruges and several French cities. So imagine English wool, French wines, German beer, all Europe's best was transported through and sold in Brussels right here in the very central shopping center. Back in the day, there were barely any stone buildings or even big buildings at that. So they weren't numbered and instead were given actual names. The buildings weren't typically named after a small statue at the entrance. Now you can go around and try to guess the names of the buildings. At first, the square was surrounded by wooden houses built by merchants. Now they're building something wooden here too, but it's probably for the upcoming holidays. In the 14th century, the more successful merchants started building these sturdy buildings and still surround this square today. We're still in the search for the symbol of Brussels. My advice to you is to look for a crowd of tourists. Oh, there he is, found him. And that's it? It doesn't look that grand, does it? I thought it was a big mannequin piss, and it's not. It's just a little small urinating boy. But on the other hand, it's just like a little hidden gem of the city. He's so small, and everyone is always looking out for him. And he's just been standing there the whole time doing his favorite thing since the 16th century. There are two legends about mannequin piss. According to the first version, the boy was immortalized for the fact that he extinguished a fire the natural way, saving the city. But according to another, the boy was no hero at all. One day he came to the house of a local witch and peed on her door. The witch cursed the child. From here on out, you will forever do what you have done here. Since then, the boy's been here. Quite the cautionary tale, okay? So city symbol, check. Moving onwards. Now I'm going to show you an excellent, delicious, and most importantly, healthy fast food. But in order to do this, I've gone off the beaten tourist track and have come to the Church of St. Catherine. And here is one of the coolest places to eat in Brussels, where you can find some finger-licking food in an unexpected setting. I'll place my order right now, and then I'll tell you about this place. Since everything is prepared right in front of you, and quickly at that, you should order right away.
What's your name?
My name is Zoa.
Excuse me?
Zoa.
Zova. Zoya.
Yes.
Zoya.
Yes.
So, one soup.
And croquettes.
And croquettes.
Croquettes.
Great.
Oh, everything's really fast here. I barely got the chance to finish paying, and somebody's already ready.
Your soup, here's some utensils, your water, and I'll call you when the croquettes are ready.
Okay, I'll wait. Thank you. Here's Belgian's cuisine distinguishing traits. Everything is fresh and seasonal. The menu doesn't even display what's being served. It's simple. Whatever's the catch of the day, it's what's fried up, or well, tossed into a soup. The lunch cost me $6.70 for the soup, $13.50 for the croquettes, and $2.90 for some water. Amazing. The soup is rich and thick with large pieces of fish. You know what? There's something charming about this. When you've been walking, strolling, wandering around, and when you come here without even sitting down, you have lunch. Oh, it's so good. And at the same time, you don't miss out on any people watching, taking in the surrounding city life. Okay, croquettes. Oh, they're very soft. They're made of shrimp and served with some sauce and lettuce. Oy. In my opinion, everything looks yummy. Oh, I don't even know how to comment on this. All right, time to go on. Now I'm going to tell you about... Oh, let's try that again. There is one particularity to consider, but I guess in a city with a landmark urinating boy, it's even, well, quite fitting. Well, after all, the topic is unavoidable, and so street toilets in Brussels can look like this, for instance. On the wall of a church, though, seriously, honestly, all I can say is I haven't seen anything like this ever before. As a matter of fact, in the Belgian capital, it's actually easier for men to take care of business than it is for women. With all the talk of equal rights and opportunities here, there are more specialized establishments for urinating boys of all ages, while girls must continue their tiresome search for bathrooms, the old school way, sneaking into a cafe or a museum to pee. Okay, well, I'm off to a shopping gallery. And no, not to do that. Is that really chocolate? Legendary Belgian chocolate isn't just a dessert, but a national pride. Yep, and there it is, a long gown of chocolate. Oh wow, they lied to me, it's not completely made of chocolate. Yes, well of course, not completely made of chocolate. But look, these leaves are really chocolate, and specifically for those like myself, there's a sign, please don't touch this chocolate, but smelling sure isn't prohibited. Yum. Here, other than the abundance of chocolate brands, there are several iconic confectionaries. I would suggest trying not to buy the first chocolate you see, but to search and splurge on the fanciest chocolate. For instance, made of hand-selected cocoa beans. Wait, what? I could try all this for free? May I try this one?
Yeah, help yourself.
Well, I'm a little girl, so I'm going for the white chocolate. Why is everything so delicious? This is white chocolate, right?
Yes, that's right.
Look how fresh everything is. Come on over and just try it for yourself, okay? That's it. Let me enjoy this. Just after one bite, you understand there's nowhere else in the world with such rich flavors. In 1857, John Neuhaus, together with his pharmacist Relevant, opened up a pharmaceutical confectionery. The thing is that chocolate used to be sold in the pharmacies and was considered a cure for many diseases. For instance, the expression to sugarcoat originated in the reference to hiding a bitter pill in someone's sweet chocolate. In exactly this confectionery, they invented the praline, thus the name of the filling used in certain sweets made of ground almonds roasted in sugar. By the way, it's here too that they first started packaging sweets in boxes. Confectioners' hearts ached seeing their beautiful chocolate masterpieces crumble and break in paper wrappings. To leave Brussels without having any Belgian chocolate is simply a crime, is it not? So, I've got to get some for myself. Besides, I found the perfect thing. A selection of chocolates invented in 1957, 1857, and 1915. Point is, this is a great gift for yourself, or for your relatives, or for yourself, or for your relatives. All of this cost me $93. But the endorphins released when eating this chocolate, priceless. I asked for the chocolate to be delivered to my hotel. It's just the boxes are too bulky. I hope the chocolate won't melt before my return. And right in front of the chocolate shop, there's another shop impossible to miss. The favorite Brambon lace. Another Belgian pride is their lace, and those who sew are well aware that good lace is expensive. And for those who buy, know it even more. If you love this romantic pastoral style, then you should definitely purchase some lace in Belgium. Depending on where it's manufactured, lace is labeled differently. But it's exactly the Belgian lace that's the most expensive and highest quality. The linen thread they use to weave lace is so thin that it's not even perceptible when spun.
So this is a Brazilian lace from the beginning of the 19th century.
Wow, it's huge. Could you unfold it?
Unfold? Of course. Here you are. It's made using a special technique, rose de point. Rose de point is made with a needle. It takes half an hour of work to make it rose point.
In my mind, I've learned almost all there is to know. Well, if not all the details about lace, then at least the amount of hard work that goes into it. Sewing lace is even known as stitching air. After all, this magic is literally made out of thin air. Marvelous. Well, I don't think you can say that it's made out of nothing. It takes 24 bobbins and 2 hours of work just to make a square centimeter.
Here you are. This could be known as an antique. Such things were worn by women of high society from the middle of the 19th century to the beginning of the 20th. This is a one-piece lace that was worn on the shoulders. You can try it on.
Okay. Very nice. I don't feel a thing, but I can feel the price. In past centuries, European nobility spent so much on Flemish lace that many countries, including Russia, enforced large amounts of taxation on their imports. There is a story about a landloader who was dared to go through customs. They didn't find anything on him, and then he called his poodle, who was running around during the search. The poodle turned out to be a mutt wrapped in dozens of meters of the thinnest lace, and wearing a sheepskin overcoat in a way that made the mutt look like a shaggy dog. And this was an actual technique used by smugglers. While I really don't want to leave, I'm in a hurry. Amidst all the traditional treasures, bourgeois joys, and the tranquility of the rich city, I somehow haven't had time to feel out its atmosphere of modernity yet, just yet. But in the evening, there's no better place for this than a trendy art space, especially when it's raining outside. The St. Gary Exhibition Center is located on the old brick building that used to be a covered market. Early on in the 6th century, the river Seine was flowing through here, and there was an island named after St. Gagarik. So that when the river became more of an inconvenience rather than a benefit, due to poor sanitation and its unpleasant odors, the city's inhabitants decided it's best to hide the river into a pipe. Well, just like that, the Glinka River, which is now hidden in a pipe system under Moscow. And then for some reason, the place was continuously under renovation, constantly being improved and reconstructed. At one point, the building was a shopping arcade, then it was closed, but now it's been given a new life. To tell you the truth, the untrained eye might not really understand these art objects. Look, it's cool. It's just a photo there, and this is apparently... And this is... what it looked like 300 years ago. But the main takeaway is clearly to hope to live together in harmony, to stop violence, to respect other people's habits, thoughts, and lifestyles. That has always been Belgium's distinguishing feature, whether it was 100 years ago, or 300 years ago, or today. I really like this mentality. Well, this is truly an interesting place. All in all, for lovers of modern art, it is definitely a must-see. It's both an art space as well as a place for meetings, conferences, and conceptual events. The idea is the unity of cultures. After all, Brussels is the headquarters of the European Union. There is always something going on here. And all is herb with some coffee. Do you know why they love St. Gary so much? Because it's open until midnight, which is a rare thing for Belgium. Here you can sit down with friends, lounge, and even play the piano. Brussels isn't a southern type of city, of course, where life only gets going at night, but here at least it never stops. Oh, I got lucky enough to snag a seat. Well, I don't feel the need to wait and watch some kind of art house film in Flemish, which everyone here seems to be waiting for. I feel like I've had enough experiences for today. It seems I've been able to see, feel, and even taste everything together that produces the unique atmosphere of Brussels, the soul of the Belgian capital. Brussels has shown me the wide range of its weather in the one day. The day was short but packed. I'm Zoa. This is one visit in one day, and this is the city of Brussels. I've been here, and you're very welcome.